Hello everyone, and welcome to a video. Or is it a video? I don't know. This is a conversation. Let's call this a frank conversation about the state of a nation. A nation by the name of Hoenn. Now,
Yes.
disclaimer, before we get into this, I like Pokemon, kind of. It's good. Hoenn's great and all, and these opinions should be taken with a grain of salt because honestly, we may be going a little bit with hyperbole just for effect. But
Yes, take them with many grains of salt. Hello, I am emissary of Hoenn and stuff.
this
And
is,
hello.
of course, the first time in person that myself and Sanjit are in the same room. It's crazy, I know. You know, usually it would never happen, but
Yes, it is first time, and it will probably show.
yes. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
It will. I'm pretty sure the universe will end as soon as this has been finished recording. So we're gonna just do talk about how Hoenn's a bit shit in that. So so we have some points. I'm gonna go through them. So let's go. I guess. Number one, the hat. The hat that the main guy wears is really silly.
Is
I
it
think...
his hair or not? I'm dropping the Indian accent.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you know, let's get the pretense out of the way here.
This is a serious matter.
Serious matter. When I started playing Ruby and Sapphire back when I was a wee tyke in the day, I thought that was his hair, but apparently it's a hat in which his hair is held. Really? Like I'm really confused. That's
He's never been seen with his hat off, so it could be he's got two different shades of hair.
maybe
Maybe.
he was like really edgy and he's dyed it. I still can't tell.
Or maybe he's just been through like a really stressful event. He knows he's going to go through Hoenn, so his hair's turning white and grey, and just at the thought of it.
Yeah, it could be. He could be wandered into like some scary mansion. And he's just, you know, he's had a horrible event. All I'm gonna say is that hat is dumb, and why is he even wearing it? Because like they live in a beach area anyway, and it's well hot in it. So like, you know, what are they doing there? That's number one. I just thought that was a nice little one. Number two, all the Pokemon are shit and boring and lack variety. Like I can't even think of an interesting thing I came across within the first like 10 routes. Anything come to mind?
No, I've got a story about this. So
Alright,
when
go on.
Ruby and Sapphire first came out, I was well excited.
Oh, totes. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I brought my Game Boy Advance in the car with me to where I was going to buy the game, so I could play the game on the car ride home.
Right.
And normally I just chained through. I trained my Charizard and nothing else. I trained my Typhlosion and nothing else. This time I was like, I'm going to train a balanced team of 6. That was the level I was when I got Ruby and Sapphire.
Right.
I got my Mudkip, and that was sort of the choice of like 3 evils. You know, do you like Mudkips? I tolerate Mudkips, is what I do.
I heard you like Mudkips, though.
But
actually,
it's more of a tolerable, something to be got through, really.
well, I mean, for me, I always have to choose the water type. It's like
I
a
was
rule.
always fire, and then Torchic was. Ugh.
Well,
but
fair enough. You know.
so then I got my Mudkip, and I thought, well, the only way is up.
Right.
And I thought Taylor was all right, and didn't catch anything else, and beat the Elite Four with Swampert, and that was that. So I went out with the best of intentions, but just found nothing.
You slip back into old habits. That's so often is the case with Game
Hoenn was the
Freak.
enabler. The Pokemon. Hoenn.
That's true. You had the intentions of being, you know,
to
finally
better
I'm gonna
myself.
grow up. I'm gonna do this right this time, and you were let down by the lack of good Pokemon and variety. It's a real
So,
shame.
there you
It's a
go.
real shame. So yeah, that's kind of crap. Number 3, the trainer battles are also crap. Why? Because the Pokemon is like this never-ending cycle of crap. It doesn't work because there's
And
no
the
good
trainers
ones.
are everywhere. They're even underwater now. They're waiting for you everywhere.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. I was like, wait a second, I dive and now there are actually other people diving? Because you would think in the first game that you were this kind of lone ranger under the ocean and no one else had ever been down there before because you were literally just in the weeds and nothing else was there. But there
We
are
will
people
come on to
now.
diving in due course.
We will indeed. Diving will be mentioned. So yeah.
But yeah, I do feel how many times do I have to beat a Carvanha before I prove my worth?
Oh Jesus
Like-
Christ! Rough Skin really got on my nerves. I'll tell you, it really did. So that was a problem, especially like when you're going through the Aqua Magma, whatever. Bit. Did you play Ruby or Sapphire?
I was
for the run
Sapphire,
through?
and I'm Alpha Sapphire. I've gone.
Yes, same with me. That's what I like to do with the remakes: is get the one that I originally played. So I went.
I didn't like it. They did that in like forget which one. They swapped the legendaries around in one or something.
They did do that in Ruby and Sapphire. No, black and
Oh.
white. Yeah, black and white. It was opposite. It was like,
That was annoying, but we are not on Unova right now.
right. I mean, that deserves its own conversation. But,
Sanjit and Nubs' conversation.
exactly. Let's move on to the most egregious point.
Yes.
Too much water. Look, it's turned into this giant meme, and I get it. People are going around IGN 7.8 too much water, but I'm gonna be frank. It's true.
Team Magma really should win.
They really should. They really should.
So with that much water, you know, in Australia, you can get a discount, or sun cream is free or discounted.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
I believe so. I've never been, but that is what I've been told.
That's down the grapevine.
Because if they don't have sun cream, they will die of skin cancer.
Oh, obviously, yes, clearly, yeah.
So why is Max Repel not free in Hoenn?
Right! Thank you! Why? Okay, so here's my beef with the sea. It's great, it's cool, it's a nice big open ocean, right? You can go wherever you like, that's great. Problem is, Pokemon every fucking 5 feet. So you have to buy all these waste your fucking money on Max Repels for no goddamn reason. What I think they should have done, design-wise, is they should have said, look, some of these bits of water is going to be like bits of grass in the field. Where if you run through the grass, there's Pokemon. If you run through not grass, there's not Pokemon. They should have done that in the water. Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they make a nice little path that I could... It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of resources, and ultimately it's killing the natural world that we all live in. So.
And they could have done it. They could have done that because they've got the little like new appearing bells when like you see a Pokemon splashing.
Exactly.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's that moment when like it says, "Would you like to use another Max Repel?" and then that message doesn't come up anymore, and you're like, "Oh God."
Yeah, exactly. Then you have to go into the. It's a whole rigmarole, but.
That's the sea. So Team Magma should win.
Yeah. Look, if they win,
although
then they can just
the land is nothing to write home about. So it's better than the sea.
Definitely better. All right, let's talk about number 5.
Moving on to the land, yeah.
Backtracking. So they actually fixed this a bit in the new game, where they just kind of said, "Hey, you did a thing. Let me take you back to the place you're supposed to go next." Which was nice. It means that you don't have to walk around through all the stuff you've already been through. But in the original, you had to go like zipping to this place to that. Why is your dad in the fucking first town? He's the 4th gym. What?
I don't like having a dad either. On a different note, I don't.
Yeah,
It's
Dad.
sort of
I think
all the
Dad's
same.
overrated, really.
Yeah.
This is turning into like a counselling session about having parents. But no, truly,
yeah.
it's an interesting thing they put in there. But I didn't really feel a bond to the dad, and he never really makes it known that he's proud of you or anything. It's not. I don't know. I feel the dialogue is a little weak on his end, honestly. And seeing as you have no dialogue, there's not really. I don't know. I just feel like silent protagonist where...
Actually, it was the only gym battle from Alpha Sapphire took a little bit of satisfaction for, just completely annihilating him with the Charge Beam Electrode.
That look, setting up like that, it's always satisfying.
Why did I have another... Just back on the Pokemon point.
Yes.
Sorry, the lack of variety. I tried to make a list of what I wanted my team to be in this generation.
Yes.
And Vileplume and Electrode made that list.
Special list. It's special list.
I know, it says it all.
That says it all. All right. Anyway, backtracking. The reason I was going to say backtracking shit is because they don't give you fly until after you've done all the backtracking.
And this moves as neatly to HM moves.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
And if I say to you the 2 rocks above Mauville City, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There are 2 rock smashable
wait,
rocks.
the ones that go to the desert.
Yes.
Yes.
And they respawn.
Oh.
And do you know there were 2 rocks in the original Ruby and Sapphire, and they have been my nemesis. I've hated these rocks more than is healthy for any person to feel hatred for inanimate pixeled rocks.
Look, they're
But they respawn. But do you want to know what the remakes did? Instead of having 2 rocks,
3?
there were 4 rocks.
4? For God's sake, man. What are they doing?
I thought, surely they don't respawn. Surely they don't. Because it always annoys me, because when I go back to play the game after I've completed the Elite Four and stuff, I like to pretend I'm from a town. I know it's sad. I like to say, I'm Steve from Mauville, and I'm going to explore the desert now, except none of my Pokemon know Rock Smash, so I can't, and I'm going to break the illusion by using the PC box.
Oh,
It annoys me.
Steve, you needed to sort it out, man. But I think Game Freak needed to sort it out, Because why? Okay, look, this has been a problem for me in many Pokemon games. HMs are they're cool at the beginning of Pokemon because it's like, hey, you can do a thing outside of battle that makes, you know, variety in gameplay. There's maybe some puzzles involved. But why the fuck do I have to have a Pokemon that knows the move to do it? Why don't you just give me like a stupid Dex app nav thing that I can just like zap a laser beam and break a rock? Fuck's sake,
Also,
Game Freak, why?
Pokemon with machetes would be much better for cut.
No, just fucking give the main character. Give the main character a machete and let him cut. Why can't I just get a big giant fucking sword and cut down a thing? Why do I have to have an Nincada that learns?
Also,
Look,
why can't I climb over things?
Game Freak are assholes. They're assholes and they want us to suffer and have pain in our lives, so they make us do 17 different HMs and have to have a slave for them. And, you know, that's slavery. No one wants to regress to that.
I'll tell you what else made my Pokemon team.
What?
Zigzagoon, HM slave.
Look.
I slated him in to be dropped and then just thought, fuck it, let's just keep Zigzagoon in.
There were no better candidates, clearly.
We will need something with pickup that's level 80 to get leftovers at some point.
Yes, exactly. So, there you go.
Tell you something else on HM moves, just to take you back to Viridian City.
Ah, yes.
Back in the day.
Ah, yes.
There is a little tree you can cut down, but hidden in that space is a potion.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I clicked the tree before I had cut. I received a potion.
Yeah.
I was then perplexed as to why every other tree I pressed A on was not a potion. I thought it was a potion bottle.
God. Oh, jeez. Well, there's a special thing. You know, this is this is the logic that comes from being a child and playing Pokemon. But
HM diving we should talk about a little bit more on.
We shall.
Because I'm thinking, why can't you dive in all of the sea? Is some of the sea ankle deep?
Yeah.
In which case, Team Aqua have a bit of a point then, don't they?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, I'd say so. You know, but it's silly diving. It's very silly.
But at least you have the scuba gear now.
The thing that's really annoying about diving is that it gives them more excuses to make more water Pokemon. There are already goddamn enough of them. They're like, oh no, these ones live at the very bottom of the ocean, so they're even more special. Ah, Jesus. I need to sort that thing out. So anyway, diving shit. What else? Where are all the fire types gone? There's a volcano in Hoenn. Did they all get swallowed up by it? Who knows? But
maybe
there's like three of them.
Volcano is the Pokemon, and we just don't know.
Oh,
it's the world's biggest.
Holy shit! Hoenn is a Pokemon! We've just uncovered the mystery of the region! Hoenn is a Pokemon! It's giant it's a giant Camerupt. That's Hoenn is a giant Camerupt. We've solved it.
It's got a desert, it's got the volcano, it's fire ground.
It's like Terry Pratchett's novel of that turtle, or his Discworld universe, where they're all living on a turtle. Everyone's living on a giant Camerupt.
It's turtles all the way down.
Holy shit. Well, I think we can just end the video now. We've just figured out everything.
We've actually found out it's quite good.
So there, Hoenn's great.
No, it's bad.
Wait, why?
Because Hoenn is a Pokemon, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell us that. It doesn't let us fight that. It's just there.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine a world where the end game is you fight the whole region? Jesus Christ.
I could with Hoenn, and then you beat Hoenn, and it dies.
That's my idea for the next Pokemon game. You travel across this region, and then at the end you realise it's a giant Pokemon, and you catch it. You catch it, and then the entire region is in your pocket. Yes.
And you can battle other regions.
Yeah, you can battle other regions. So stupid. Yes, okay. I think like in 3 seconds we've discovered a game that is better than Hoenn.
I think we've discovered something so momentous.
Yeah.
I would like to be interviewed about this.
I think, yeah.
But unfortunately I'm not in Hoenn, so there's not an interview every 5 seconds.
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately. Okay, so let's move on to another thing that sucks. Contests. What's the point in contests? I entered a contest while I was live streaming, and I didn't even know what I was doing anymore because I forgot partially, but also because I chose the wrong Pokemon. But it was shit. It was boring. All you do is click and move if it has the right special happiness and you feed him food. Like, what does that even do?
I remember using Takedown a lot with Swampert back in the day.
Was that like a beautiful move, a strong move?
It was tough.
Oh, tough.
I couldn't get the Master rank, but...
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not really a game as such.
No, it's to make Pokemon appeal to everyone, isn't it? It's just like, oh, some people don't like battling, but no one has gone through the game and thought, oh, I can't wait to be their contest champion. That's what the secondary character in the anime does.
Right, exactly.
It's like, who wants to be May or Dawn? Like,
I mean, You know,
Well,
maybe some people, but
well, we less said about them, the better. But.
yeah, sure. So yeah, I actually in this game the contest was kind of cool because there was this girl who was an Altaria, and I thought that that was pretty good because she's a girl and I like Altaria, so I was all right. But then she turned out to be a bit of a bitch, so that was unfortunate.
You should totally go to the hairdressers and get a different Pokemon styled into your hair.
Yeah, you know those people who get like
just
things
take a
written.
picture and say, "I want this.
I want this thing. I want this cartoon bird in my head." Yeah, exactly. So there you go. That's contest. Here's a big one. This is pretty important. You remember in Ruby and Sapphire when you could go to Lava Ridge and there were those little like sand things that you could go inside and it looked like you'd been buried under the sand and your head poked out.
It's a nice place, Lava Ridge. I like it. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
The feel of the sand between your toes and warm.
Good times.
It was good.
You know what happened? You know what happened in this game?
No, what happened?
Fucking took it out. Got rid of it. Fucking threw out the window. It scrumpled up into a little ball, chucked it in the bin.
But why did they even keep the ghost of the sand in? Like, why did they keep the image of it?
They're taunting us! They're laughing in our faces! Ha 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 ha, player! You can no longer go under these sand things because look at our game engine, it isn't gone from the top because it's kind of pseudo-isometric instead. So ha ha ha.
The people who design these things,
are
they the same people who sort of discovered that if you drop like a drop of water on someone's head at a certain interval for like over a number of days, they'll go insane? I feel there's some sort of torture methods going on here. Some sort of like, putting a cupcake on a really high table that you can't reach.
I'll tell you, it's like Stockholm Syndrome. We're just gonna start, praising
Game Freak have consulted with torturers to make these games.
Yes, they should actually put that in the credits. Actually, that would be nice for them to actually notify us of those things. But,
I feel we should take a brief tour of the cities of Hoenn and discuss things that are wrong with a couple more of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Namely, Mauville. What do you think of New Mauville?
Look, let me tell you about big business corporations. Let me tell you how the little guy never gets his way. Let me tell you how Mauville was taken from this lush little place where you could drive through to get your eggs hatched to this horrible place where it was taken over by everything else. And
they shut down the game corner.
So basically what they did is they introduced all these things in the games that came after ORAS or whatever, yes, or RAS.
Russie.
And they had to put them somewhere. And so they decided, oh yeah, Mauville was a bit shit, let's dump him there. No! I liked Mauville, I thought it was kind of cute.
It was understated.
Yeah, it was understated, it was like nice, it was one of those good things about the game. And what they do, they come in, they buy up all the local businesses, they shut some of them down, they shut down the slot. I talked to the slot machine guy, he said, it's been tough. It's been tough times. I'm out of business. I was like, what? Are you literally making this social commentary right now in a Pokemon game? Really?
If you go back into that shop later in the game, you can actually see his feet just hanging from the seat, like hanging and swinging.
God's sake. Oh, jeez. That poor guy. He's been through so many tough times.
Unrelated, Mauville hating note. I work in a building. I like my job.
Yeah.
But it is a square like Mauville is on a number of levels, so it's planned in the exact same way as Mauville. So when I'm in Mauville, it just reminds me of being at work.
Oh god, so you just don't want to go there. Yeah, that's nasty. Oh well. So yeah, Mauville. I don't know. I guess they had to put it somewhere, but why take away one of those nice things? You could have made a new island. They could have made I don't know, Back in Time Island where they put all the other things in. That would have been great. Definitely would have filled out some of the sea, the emptiness there. So,
yeah, there's plenty of room. If you're gonna dump something, dump it in the sea like everyone else does. Yeah. Pollution.
Anyway, talking about egg hatching.
Oh wait, before we go on to egg hatching.
All right.
I know. There's just one more place I want to visit.
Okay, where do you want to visit?
That is hard to say.
Oh right, okay.
Take it. What is the pronunciation of Sootopolis? I did it.
There you go. Well done.
Sootopolis City.
It took some time. It took some time. We got there.
They've done a slight redesign in Sootopolis City.
Yeah.
Which I believe is very ironic.
Why is it ironic?
Okay, so at the back of Sootopolis City,
yes.
It's very hard to say, which is another reason I hate.
That's why it's shit, because you can't say Sootopolis. It's hard.
In Ruby and Sapphire, the originals, you went to the back of it. You went on a trail of a load of houses, and then you ended up at the Cave of Origin.
Yes.
So they've changed that, so now you go on a series of bridges.
Okay.
So at the back of the town, where there's this cave that no one is even allowed to go in, although how they've lit the flaming torches in the cave, no one's allowed to go in, I don't know. That's another point. But they built bridges to link this town on water. They've linked the place where no one's allowed to go to the rest of the mainland. They have not linked the gym to the Pokemon Center or the Pokemon Center to the march. You've still got to surf across. You've got these ironic bridges at the back that basically link up the place no one's going to go. The rest of the town totally cut off from each other.
Like, they're taunting you. Again, it's Game Freak. They're just like, they know that this will annoy... They're like, hey, let's make this new thing which has bridges. The old one doesn't need bridges.
I was just walking along a bridge made out of irony.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
All right, let's go back to the daycare. Not the daycare. Well, a staircase. Go on.
The staircase?
I got tangled, okay.
All right. So I haven't actually been to that new place. What is that?
Well, neither have I, but we have seen it.
All right, I've seen it.
It is at the Battle Resort.
It's the Battle Resort. It's a place where you can hatch eggs, right?
There is, because they ruined the first egg hatching place because of Mauville.
Right, so to make a second one.
So they'd make a second one.
Right.
And they made the perfect route. It's probably the longest egg hatching route yet.
In history.
Even longer than Riviera Walk, possibly. I haven't measured it, but it's comparable to Riviera Walk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But what's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it is they built this for egg hatching, and they've put 2 little patches of dark sand on it that slows you down.
Why?
As you're cycling.
Why?
That's the thing. It's not really annoying, these little patches of sand. You know,
I mean, it is annoying.
It is annoying, but it doesn't really impede you. But it's like, why are they there? You've built this so we can cycle around easily to hatch our eggs, and then you as designers have put 2 bits of sand in that slow you down. Why?
That's logic. I don't understand. It's like, we made this thing specifically for this specific reason, but we can't make it so good that it's the best. We have to put in something that makes it a little bit shit.
They have to shoot their toes off. That's
right.
what they do.
Right. I've been reading this play I have to read. It's called The Pillow Man. And in it, there's this guy who kills people in horrible ways. And one of the ways is he kills this boy by chopping off his 5 toes. That's what they're doing here. They're chopping off my 5 toes, trying to go through.
Was the author of that play the same person who designed Hoenn?
I believe so. Martin McDonough. He sounds Japanese.
I'm pretty sure. I just watched the 20 minutes of end credits this morning from Hoenn, and yeah, I think I saw his name.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. So that
there's
sucks.
a few more examples of Game Freak obtuseness.
All right, well, what's another one you want to throw out here?
Berries.
Berries.
Berries, I feel they fixed in Kalos. They put a few trees here and there, easy to use, and then they put the rest of like the berry growing thing in a garden. They basically said, if you want to grow berries, go in there. If you don't, just ignore it. All it is a garden for berries. There's nothing else in there.
But they're basically like, here, for you strange people who for some reason get some satisfaction out of sitting there and waiting for things that exist within a game to grow during real time, then yeah, you can do that.
I know, I waited 4 days for my potato.
So yeah, I mean, it's there for you, for the special people. But in Hoenn, they fucked it
they're
up.
back.
Yep, with a vengeance. With horrible vengeance.
So it takes too long to pick them. Let's start with that.
The text, which is written every time you pick a berry, is agonizing. It's like, have you played Skyward Sword, Zelda, the Skyward Zelda Sword? No?
I've seen you tweet about it enough to.
All right. Well, in that game, every time you switch it off and switch it back on again, you get another rupee. It'll bring up a thing saying, "Hey, by the way, this is a rupee. It's worth this money." It's like, yes, I know. Thank you. I've got enough rupees in my life to know that. And they do it again and again, and it's like that. It's like this text that, yes, I know it's a berry. I can check what it is by going into my bag. I don't have to. You don't have to tell me. Just put it in there quicker. It takes too long. It's annoying. It's bad.
And every tree seems to have 3 berries on it, but sometimes you're told there is 1 berry on it. The sprite says 3, but sometimes it says 1, sometimes 6. It's like they could have sorted the sprites out.
It's lack of logic. It's lack of logic, really.
And also, you can't pick them from the side. You have to be straight head-on with the berries, otherwise your character just, I don't know, he tries to put his face in there or something, it doesn't work properly. You have to be completely head-on.
I mean, they just wanted to mimic reality. I know for one, when I go out strawberry picking, it's impossible for me to pick them from the side. I've tried it before.
What I do when you're walking around, you can't actually move your arms outwards. You've got to be in front of you like a robot.
Yeah.
That's what I have as well.
Yeah.
So they've done a good job on mimicking reality.
Exactly. Good on you, Game Freak. Well done with
After you've picked the berries, you get these bald spots on the, Hoenn I don't think is the most beautiful landscape, despite what the game tries to tell you. It's constantly saying, Hoenn, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
You travel around. No, it isn't. But you get these bald spots, which make it worse. And they also remind you you're a bad person every time you see them because you've not bothered to plant the extra berry back so you can grow the tree again.
Yep.
They just blight on the landscape.
Horrible.
And there is one more bit of Game Freak obtuseness that I think puts everything into a nutshell.
All right,
And
you can shell it up with a nut then.
I don't know if it's in Alpha Sapphire, but it was in the originals. Mirage Island.
Oh, Mirage
It appears,
Island.
1 in 1,700,000 times, or whatever it was.
I never found it.
Oh.
I looked up guides, I read things in magazines. You remember magazines, those things made out of paper that they sell at shops? I'm not sure if they do those anymore, but magazines.
No, they just sell like tablets now, don't they?
Oh right, yeah, that's the one,
you just plug in.
You plug in, yeah, exactly.
WH Smith.
Yeah, well, what is that? No one knows. But yeah, so the point is, where the fuck is Mirage Island?
But do you know what happens when you get there?
Yes. What do
So
you get?
you know what happens when you get there.
No, I actually don't. I've never been there.
I
literally
believe.
don't know.
I'm going on memory here.
All right.
There is a field where all you can catch is why not, and you can get. Again, we've just talked about it. A berry. I've forgotten what berry, but no berry's that good. It's probably like Enigma berry or something. That's all that was there. So this is the ultimate Game Freak obtuseness. They create an island. They create this mystery. You get there and like it's worse than nothing.
You know, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's like Nintendo do this all the time anyway. It's like New Super Mario Bros. 2 on 3DS. They tell you your goal is to collect 1 million coins. And you think, oh, 1 million coins. You know, I better do that because I'll get something really great for getting 1 million coins. And what do they give you? They change the title screen. They give you a different title screen. So it looks like there's I can't deal with it. I can't. So... yeah, so that's terrible. Mirage Island, that's not a fun thing. Absolutely, that goes on the list. I think that fits pretty well. A couple more things here before we close out. The Mac bike, you were saying you weren't impressed by the Mac bike particularly.
The Mac bike doesn't feel as fast. Whether it is or not, I don't know, but it's certainly not.
You know, back on
it doesn't
Ruby
give you
and
the
Sapphire,
sense of speed.
Yeah, on Ruby and Sapphire, I thought this is kind of hard to even control because it's like this beast of an animal. It's like you're riding on a boar or something. Like you're going so fast that you can't even, even with the perfect reactions, you can't turn the corner at the right time. It's just this animal that's hard to tame.
Did you actually get anything if you aced the cycling road though? Because I don't think you did. You just got a guy saying "nice." Basically,
you just reminded me. I didn't even go through the cycling road on this playthrough of the new game, so
like it was just full of trainers and you just couldn't.
Exactly. Like
I'd been through it once, and I don't know if there's a giveaway. There is a new character there who's like says, "Ooh, there's a guy who says that clerk used to be a really good cyclist." So whether she'll give you something if you do a perfect run, I don't know, but I don't think so.
Maybe, but
it's Game Freak. Of course they don't. And if they do, it'll be an Enigma berry.
Yeah, probably be a nugget. It's like, yeah, here's another nugget to sell. All that money that you need for fucking repels.
So, the acro bike is like, it's a nice idea that you can do like tricks on your bike, but at the end of the day, it just means Hoenn is littered with like weird bits of railing that have just been left there by the railing corporation just to.
At the end of the day, why don't they make it one bike with 2 settings? Like, why do you have to go back and like?
Have you ever tried to build a collapsible bike with 2 settings that you can carry around?
No, but this is a made-up fantasy land. So this is a place where giant rabbits are fighting things underwater. So I'm pretty sure that they can make a magical bike that will turn into 2 different varieties. I'm sure it's not out of the realm of possibility, honestly.
Why can't you just sort of use, instead of like the HM Fly, use HM Hover and sort of hover to these places rather than having to fly?
Right, yeah.
Pidgeot, use Hover. Okay.
Oh god, Hover would be great because you could then just go over all the jumpable ledges and over all. You know what? Next game, that's the only HM.
Or why not just like, go Venusaur, lift me up with your vines?
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything better. And I think the last thing I want to point out here, your rivals, they're too nice. May and Wally. They're too fucking nice to you. They're just like, oh, look at me! I'm an anime girl, and I'm Wally, and I'm also an anime girl, and like, seriously, he looks like one. I'm not even kidding. Like,
well, they both talk like it. They both talk really creepy.
Yeah, they do. They do have this weird kind of sense about them. I don't know.
It's the way they say, like, you're my best friend. It's like, I don't think anyone has played the game and thought, like, oh, I can't wait to see May again.
It's like, I've never spoken a single word to you. For all intents and purposes, my character is a mute. And yet you treat me like some like long lost buddy that has always been there for you through thick and thin. Whereas in reality, you just pop up and give me a thing every once in a while.
I thought we were going to get our first Pokemon kiss in this game with May, the way May was going on at the very end.
I don't know, man. It was coming pretty close in X and Y with that scene of the fireworks and stuff. You know, that was...
she was like 4. That was weird.
Yeah.
It was the other one that was like the same age as you. I didn't quite get it.
Well. Yeah, so anyway, they were kind of shit. I wanted another rival, like the redhead prick who you could name in Gold and Silver. But just out of curiosity, what did you call the redhead prick in Gold and Silver? Because I called him fuck in my playthrough when I was an edgy 12-year-old. So there you go.
Oh, I'm not sure I even knew that word.
Oh, jeez.
Do you want to know? I was the absolute opposite of you.
Okay.
So you named it that. So you know when he actually says my name is... Question mark, learn it.
Yes.
And then the policeman was asking what his name was.
Yeah.
I'll give you 3 guesses what I put down.
Did you put question mark? Is it?
I did.
You did? I think a lot of people actually did that, if I'm honest.
I didn't want the policeman to like get the wrong man.
Right, didn't want to lie to the police, right? That's a bad idea. Oh, jeez. I actually had a couple of opportunities to name him because I had Crystal and... Like, the only generation where I got all 3 games.
Yeah, Crystal, I named him. I forgot what I called him.
Yeah, but I think in Gold...
I played through as a girl in Crystal, though.
Yeah, in Gold, I gave him an actual legit name. Oh, I gave him something really fucking lame, like Percy. Yeah, that was it. I called him Percy because I thought that was a poncy-ass name. We'll call him that. And then in Silver, I was like, just whatever. I'm going to call him fuck because look at me, I know swear words. So that was that. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we talked about how shit Hoenn is for a while.
We've definitively defined Hoenn as a pile of crap. Then
look, I mean, there are good. You have some good things to say about Hoenn.
Yeah, I had a few good things.
What do you like? What do you like about Hoenn?
The new flying, soaring thing on Mega Latias.
Do you know the game Ni no Kuni? Have you heard of this?
I do not.
Okay, so it's this RPG that came out on the PS3 like last year, and there's a similar thing in that where you can basically fly around on a dragon and go across land. So kind of reminded me of that. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I thought that was neat.
I thought there's a few nice towns, sort of Rusborough, Slateport, Musty. They're all okay.
Yeah, they're all right. They're not too bad. Yeah.
You have scuba gear as opposed to using miracle lungs to live when you're diving. Like...
Yeah, I thought some of those cutscenes were quite nice. You know, the Kyogre cutscene going underwater and stuff.
That was long, though.
They were actually. You know, okay, let's not stop here. Let's continue the hate train. Why the fuck is there a cutscene that lasts literally 5 minutes before Kyogre? Why? Because if you want a fucking soft reset for that, dude, you have got to just go through that shit again and again and again, and it takes so long. And they started this shit in X and Y with Xerneas and Yveltal. They started it there where they had a cutscene before, and you couldn't say, "Oh boy, I tell you, it's stupid. It's bad idea."
I don't like the cutscene. I don't like. There's one cutscene where you, as the main character, do this really weird sort of fist pump thing before a battle begins. It's just like, this is taking me out of the character because I'm meant to be this character. Yeah. This character is the representation of me in the game.
Right.
I've got horrible friends. I'm wearing a stupid hat that I would take off, and I'm doing weird fist pumps. Like I'm hanging around with May and Wally. It's not me.
Yeah, it's not. You know, they need to make a Pokemon that's dark and edgy, and for the adult market,
or at least you
right?
can just keep the X and Y thing where you can dress yourself and.
Right. You know, have your.
You know, I kind of like the dynamic in X and Y. You had like 4 friends, but you could sort of like. Then it's sort of like you have no choice but to go along with it because they outnumber you.
Yeah, exactly. You're press gang.
Yourself being the one that's like, okay, guys, let's go watch some fireworks. Whatever.
Yeah, that's true. So,
I can't put myself in Hoenn.
You know, I enjoyed X and Y for what it was.
I did. I enjoyed it. There was a point where I thought too many Pokemon, and getting the experience share so early, which they've repeated in Hoenn, which I like because it makes the game less of a grind, but also it's like...
Absolutely. You know what I find really bullshit are those people who are like, oh, the game's too easy because XP share. No, the game's easy because it's an easy game. XP share is a godsend because it means you can get through the easy game quicker. Like, it just means means you're not out there in the wilds trying to waste all your damn time. So, yeah.
What do you think of Hoenn's soundtrack?
It's pretty good.
I do like the battle music. I never like the battle music.
Yeah, I would say it's quite memorable for me just because I played so much of it back then.
It's distinctive.
Yeah, it's totally ingrained into my brain, a lot of it. But I
So is
feel
dubstep.
like I mix up a lot of the Pokemon music in my mind because a lot of it sounds very similar across all the games. So, but yeah, it's decent. It's definitely nothing to write home about. But I think it's okay. It's not something I'm going to complain about.
I'm less
so-
sold on it.
Yeah, all
I
right.
always think it's a bit like
Do you want to add it to the
vinyl
list? Do you want to add it
something.
to the list of things you don't like?
my list. It can be on the
Alright,
list.
yeah,
I've
alright,
really
cool.
hated the battle music.
Alright, fair
and
enough.
I just thought it sort of reminds me now of sort of like hipsters going like, "Oh, you've never heard trumpets before unless you've heard them on vinyl."
Right,
And
exactly.
that is what Gen 3 is to me. It's just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Gen 3 is the best gen of Pokemon. I don't like it." Oh, you just don't understand it, man.
Dear God.
I don't know why hipsters talk like this because they don't, but
They do in my
They
mind.
do now.
Yeah, they do now. They do now. So there you go.
I think that's
I think we've exhausted it.
it's
think we're
it's
done.
gotten dark since we began talking.
Look,
I
we've
can't
explored
really-
we've explored many theories, many ideas here, many philosophical topics, we might say.
But ultimately, Hoenn is a giant Pokemon, but
And ultimately, upon our epitaphs, it will be written, "Hoenn is shit." So that's all I care about. That's all I care about is my gravestone and my
it's like, you know,
opinion
you'll be
being known.
composing your epitaph for quite some time. I imagine it'll be quite a big stone.
It's going to be a pretty large stone, I would say. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to have to have it commissioned.
Are you going to have on your old channel where you had your list of achievements, like 20,000 subscribers on this date or whatever?
Yeah,
you just have
that's
all
what
of
I'll
those
do.
listed?
Yes, I'll go back and get all those achievements. That'll be my epitaph on my gravestone. will be-
74th most subscribed director in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That was good times. Good times indeed. There you go.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, well, that's because you're someone who likes Hoenn and you're a bit angry. But you know, it wasn't particularly serious, although it kind of was. But we'll not say any more. I think before we anger everyone.
Until Unova.
Until Unova, yeah. Until the revenge of this segment, if this becomes a thing. So yeah. All right, thanks for listening, everyone.
Revenge of the 5th gen.
Yeah, Revenge of the Fifth. I'll tell you. Yeah, you can find this man as he goes on the internet, Sanjit the Idiot, a fictional character of my own creation, but somehow
Fictional? What are you talking
somehow
about?
turned
Is that-
flesh through no fault of my own. But there you go. You can be found on a channel.
I can. It's pretty inactive lately.
Yeah, well, it'll be in the description. It's youtube.com/Sanjit the Idiot.
I believe so.
You do some funny things on there. You did a story about Wild Chase and Pokemon YouTubers.
That is the
Pretty
the
sure that's
flagship.
your crowning.
The flagship,
Yeah, it's your crowning achievement. I would say so. So yeah, go check that out. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm Lord MBZ. You can follow him on Twitter. What's your Twitter?
Sanjit the Idiot, I believe.
Universal branding.
You know what? Believe it or not, it wasn't taken.
Crazy. I'm shocked. I'm stunned. Really, I am. So yeah, you can follow us, and yeah, I guess we'll see you if we do this again. When we do this again, I don't know. Maybe, sometime. All right, I'm done. All right, bye.
Bye.